Hi, my name is Felix Calero, one of the owners of Los Primos Mexican Food. We were established in 1999 to serve homemade Mexican food to our customers. Teamwork is key to success. It's our job to help you be successful. So we will provide you some basic safety and customer service information that applies to everyone's job. Helping you stay healthy is important to us. Let me introduce you to my partners, Ramon Alvarez, Tom Pappas.
This program is a general restaurant safety overview. Your supervisor will provide additional safety information and training. Remember, safety is everyone's responsibility. It is up to you to work and act safely and to learn and follow our policies and procedures. We don't want any injuries at work.
Los Primos' safety obligation is to provide all employees and guests with a safe and healthful environment. Your obligation is to work safely, be aware of work hazards, and to act safely on the job and at home. Safety is accomplished by being aware and practicing safe behaviors. What do we mean by safety awareness? Well, safety awareness starts by reporting to work on time, rested, alert, and ready to perform your job. Being alert is watching what is going on around you, avoiding collisions with other employees and customers. Safety awareness is being aware of situations that can cause an accident and doing something about it, such as objects on the floor that could cause someone to slip and fall, fixing unstable stacked foods, paper, and plastic products. It's reporting broken equipment or equipment with missing parts. And it's avoiding injuries to your hands and fingers by not putting your hands in the trash where you could be cut from sharp edges on cans or glass bottles. Safety behavior is following the rules and procedures and not taking shortcuts. Trying to save time by not following procedures is unacceptable. The few seconds or minute you may save by taking a shortcut, you lose many times over if you get hurt. It's not worth the pain you suffer from the injury or the wasted time filling out paperwork and going to the doctor, not to mention losing time and wages from work. Safety behavior is using the right knife for the job. It's using an ice scoop for the ice and not a glass or other object. It's following the rules for storing food in the refrigerator and lifting items correctly using your legs. Why all this emphasis on safety awareness and behavior? Because most accidents happen when employees fail to follow safety rules and procedures. It's not enough to just know the safety rules, you have to practice them too. Safety is one of the most important job responsibilities you have. Acting unsafely includes carelessness, negligence, or willful violation of the safety rules or job procedures. Carelessness doesn't mean that employees don't care if they or another employee is injured. It usually means that for a moment, you are not thinking about the job you are doing or getting ready to do. If you find you are not concentrating on the job you are doing, stop and gather your thoughts. Pay attention to what you are doing while you are doing it. Most accidents are preventable. Safety equipment and procedures exist for a reason. Los Primos has an excellent safety record, and we pride ourselves in providing our employees with a safe and healthy place to work. We want you to act in a safe manner at all times. Failing to follow safety rules and procedures could result in losing your job. So work safe and be safe. Now let's review safety precautions specific to the restaurant industry, starting with our dress code. Jewelry, rings, and earrings are not permitted while preparing or cooking food. They can get caught on moving parts of machines, equipment, or simple things like chairs and utensils. Wearing jewelry has caused injuries on the job. Wear proper shoes with a low heel and a slip-resistant sole to prevent slipping on wet floors. Cooks are to wear hats, and long hair is to be tied back or confined under a hat. Employees cannot wear shorts, headbands, or skull caps. The restaurant industry's most frequent and serious accidents are slip and falls, back injuries from lifting, cuts, and burns. Let's talk about how you can avoid these types of accidents and injuries. Slips and falls are usually caused by an employee's unsafe act. Let's explain. When going from one area of the restaurant to another, walk, don't run, and watch where you are going and what might be on the floor. If you see food or any item on the floor, clean it up immediately. Even if you don't slip on it, a fellow employee or guest may. If the floor is wet, that's the time to slow down. Be extra cautious and walk using shorter steps. If the hazard or spill is beyond your control, report it to management immediately so it can be corrected before an accident occurs. Other precautions include following the mopping diagram for the store you are working and using the wet floor signs when mopping. When mopping, first clean the area with a wet mop. Then mop the area again using a dry mop. This reduces the likelihood of a customer or fellow employee from slipping and falling on a wet floor. When you are finished cleaning, put all cleaning equipment away such as brooms, mops, and buckets to prevent people from tripping over these items. When you need to get an item from an elevated area, never stand on a chair, shelf, or food container. Use a ladder. When working in the restaurant industry, there is a lot of lifting, and there is a correct way to lift safely to avoid injury to your back. Safe lifting means using your legs to lift, not your back. Let's look at what this means. Bend your knees, but keep the natural curvature of your spine. The bones that form the spine are cushioned by small, round, flat discs. Each disc is like a soft hockey puck and acts as a shock absorber between the vertebrae. When these discs are damaged from improper lifting or disease, they may bulge abnormally or break open. The bulging disc presses on a nerve root. It may cause pain, numbness, or tingling. Back injuries are very painful, and most can be prevented by the safe act of simply lifting with your legs. Even if you are picking up a drink straw, bend your knees and keep the natural curvature of your spine. You don't have to be picking up something heavy to hurt your back. But if the object is heavy, get help. Lifting safely at home is important too. To reduce having to lift from the floor or low shelves, store items weighing more than 35 pounds between knuckle and shoulder height. Cuts at Los Primos usually occur from handling knives. Carry knives with the tip pointed to the floor and don't hand knives to other employees. Set them down on the counter and let the other person pick it up. Always use the right knife for the job. Use a knife sharpener only if you are trained on how to use it. To avoid cuts, keep all knives sharp, don't force the knife, and cut away from your body using even pressure. And never use knives to open cans or anything else that it's not intended for. Never leave knives lying around or put them in water-filled sinks. And always use the cutting board. This will prevent slipping and unpredictable movements of the knife. When dealing with broken glass, remember, never stick your hands in the trash. This is where all broken glass eventually ends up. Never handle broken glass with your bare hands. Use a dustpan and broom. Place broken glass in designated containers or areas. Always use a metal or plastic ice scoop for ice, not a glass. If any glass breaks near food, throw away all food that may be contaminated with tiny pieces of glass. The main thing to remember about burns is that if something can be hot, treat it like it is hot. Always use a dry towel to pick up a pot or pan. Food containers should never be filled more than 3/4 full to prevent spills. Follow the proper utensils and safety precautions when cleaning grills and ovens. Don't move too fast when carrying hot containers, food, or grease. Get help when moving large pots to or from the stove or grill. Do not overload fryer baskets or lean over the fryer as you load. Oil is very hot and causes severe burns. Now let's spend a little time reviewing fire safety and fire extinguisher use. The first thing to remember is that getting customers and yourself out of a fire area is much more important than saving property. Don't try to extinguish a fire unless you are able to do so. If you can't extinguish a fire safely, call the fire department or 911 and let them handle the situation. Evacuate the store, even if it is a small fire, and call the fire department just in case, because small fires can spread quickly, and every second counts in the firefighting business. Know where the fire extinguishers are in your store. All extinguishers must be inspected at least once a month. Check gauges to ensure it is pressurized. and that the pin is sealed on the handle to indicate it has not been used. Report any problem with the extinguisher to your supervisor. If you ever need to use a fire extinguisher, remember the word pass. P, pull the pin. A, aim the nozzle. S, squeeze the handle. And S, sweep side to side. Pass. Stand about 8 feet from the fire because the blast from the extinguisher can spread the fire if you're too close. If there is a fire on the grill or fryers, there is a fire extinguishing system installed over these that can suppress a fire. Make sure you know where the system activation station is in your store. To activate it, pull the pin and then pull the system trigger. Should you be injured at work, you must report it to your supervisor when it occurs, not hours or days later. We want every employee to have prompt, professional medical treatment when required. Now let's take a look at some common situations that have caused accidents. Slips, trips, and fall hazards. Improper lifting. Collisions. Using knives improperly. And burns.
Hi, my name is Tom Pappas. I'd like to introduce you to Luis Calero, our supervisor and safety instructor. We have talked about many things, but we can't cover every situation you'll encounter. If you have any questions about how to perform your job safely, ask your manager. It's up to you to use your good judgment and decide to perform every job safely. From the management staff at Los Primos, we hope your work will be a fulfilling experience and stay healthy. Thank you and welcome to Los Primos.